in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Not all that bad out there, really. Some high clouds moving in on the west side of the state, but for the most part, we have mostly sunny skies and temperatures responding nicely. 57 degrees at the airport, 58 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is at 57. Downtown Bay City is at 57 as well. We do have a northeast breeze, about 8 miles per hour. That's because we have a high pressure system to the north of us over Lake Superior. That high is ever so slowly going to be drifting away over the next 24 to 36 hours, and our wind direction is going to be changing. It'll be coming more out of the southeast during the day tomorrow, and that is going to be ushering in some unsettled air, some humidity, and along with that, a chance of some shower activity. We'll tell you when in just a moment. Kind of a chilly start to the morning. Some of you looking at temperatures in the mid-30s, upper 30s. Didn't seem to see much in the way of frost around these parts, but obviously in northern Michigan, it was a little bit different there, where they had the frost warnings up the night before last, and then once again, they had some more overnight. Roscommon dropped down to about 29 degrees, and Mayo was right around 30 degrees. We did see some temperatures in the low and mid 30s in Michigan's Thumb. In particular, Caro had an overnight low of 35. Lapeer dropped down to 34. And we even went a little bit further south down by Ann Arbor in that area, where if there is a chance of a late season frost, there usually is. It didn't, but it got down there. 36 degrees in Ann Arbor, 34 in White Lake, which is just up 23 north of the 96-23 interchange. Again, as we said, 34 degrees, kind of a low area there. And over by Lansing, they also had a temperature of 34, 35 degrees. I want to say Bad Axe was in the mid-30s. Actually, they dropped down to about 36. That's going to be about it as far as seeing any more of those temperatures for the future. We will be looking at some warming. Tonight is going to be a lot milder than what we have been seeing in some areas. We're only going to drop down to about 48 degrees after a high this afternoon of 64. We'll have a little bit of a mix of sun and clouds as we go through the day. Again, that high cloudiness is what's happening because that high pressure system is gradually going to be decreasing its influence on us. The barometer right now is at 30.33, and it's going up. That's because the high is beginning to drop down, and it'll drop along Lake Huron, follow the western Canadian shore of Lake Huron, and then eventually settle down into and around New York State, Pennsylvania, and that will help the low pressure system, which right now is over the Texas Panhandle. That's going to move up into Missouri over the next 24 hours, and that has a warm front ahead of it. So we will see that increase in the temperatures, increase in the humidity, and the increased opportunity of seeing some shower activity. Not so much during the morning hours tomorrow, but as we move into the afternoon, the threat of shower activity will increase. And along with that is going to come that southeast breeze, which will be gusting tomorrow afternoon to about 30 miles per hour. And that will usher in some thunderstorm activity tomorrow night into the morning hours on Thursday. Also, along with that increase in the chance of precipitation is going to come an increase in the temperatures. We'll more than likely be about 10 degrees warmer tomorrow than what we are today. That threat of shower activity will happen because the low pressure system over the Texas Panhandle is going to be moving in a northeasterly direction, and it'll actually be moving up through Wisconsin. as we go through the later afternoon, tomorrow night, and then into the day on Thursday. So tomorrow's high 74, tomorrow's low 62. Then on Thursday, a little bit warmer. Still some scattered shower activity as that low will be moving up through Wisconsin, through the western part of the Upper Peninsula, 75 for a high, 60 for a low on Thursday with a southwest wind. And then on Friday, we're going to see some clouds, maybe a glimpse of sun here and there. The possibility of some widely scattered shower activity on Friday, and it'll be a little bit cooler because that low will be north of us. So the counterclockwise circulation will be pulling some cooler air out of Canada. I want to say about 66, 67 for a high on Friday, 50 for a low with partly cloudy skies on Friday night. And then the warming trend really kicks in. 72 for a high on Saturday, 80 for a high on Sunday, 86 for a high on Memorial Day. There will be a chance of seeing some evening showers on Saturday night. Again, that's going to be widely scattered. And then on Monday, more than likely Monday afternoon or Monday night. Now, the long range to take us all the way through the 6th of June is for above average on the temperatures, above average on the moisture activity. Sun will set this evening at 9:04. It'll rise tomorrow morning at 6:03. What's average for this time of the year is 72 in the afternoon, 51 at night. Record high in this state is 90. That was set back in 1975. The record low, 32. And that was set in 1992. And a year ago, we had just a little bit better than a trace of precipitation on this state. 76 was our high, 54 was our low. Incidentally, kind of a wrap up to that tornado in the Gaylord area. That was an EF3, according to the National Weather Service. The last time we have had an EF3 in Michigan was back in 2012, and that was in Dexter. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Rick Hollister standing by. Hopefully we won't have any earthquakes when we talk about the markets. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors made easy. All you got to do is give them a call, 800-234-3280, or you can go online, steinertractor.com. At Steiner Tractor Parts, they understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. We say good morning to Rick Hollister. Rick, how's things going today?
Good morning, Terry. Well, lots of red on the board at the moment. We actually started grains a touch higher this morning, a little follow through from yesterday's higher trade in corn and wheat. Of course, soybeans were closed lower yesterday. And they were a little bit higher this morning too, but couldn't stand the prosperity. At the moment, corn showing us a down 15, wheat's down 18. Soybeans, we're trading both sides of unchanged. At the moment, they're down 6. So not a great turnaround Tuesday for corn and wheat, or soybeans trying to get back with yesterday's losses. But we're just chopping sideways here today. We are getting looking backwards. We're getting pretty good handle on what we exported for soybeans in April to China, down quite a bit from where we were a year ago, and down quite a bit from where we were back in February and March too. And conversely, China imports from Brazil were up sharply here in April. We're getting those numbers kind of put together, so that doesn't help our soybean market here in the U.S. Really well. But also Monday night's planting progress report showed us catching up quickly from being behind normal on corn and soybeans. Mostly catching up, that northwest upper plains area still behind on the corn and soybeans, but most other areas catching up almost to normal. Not up to last year's pace, but at least catching up to near the average numbers. So that doesn't help the markets continue to trade higher. The wheat tour is on in Kansas, so we're anxious to see what they come up with for yield estimates there. Quality ratings still are well below normal, and there's been some private forecasters that are on a tour estimating a 37 bushel per acre yield for Kansas, which would be about 10 bushel less than average. So the market is kind of tuned into that, so we'll see how that goes for the rest of this week. And you mentioned, Terry, the longer range models have us in the Midwest here kind of warmer and wetter than normal, but there was one of the three main ones we look at that tried to turn a little bit drier out in the far 2 to 3 week, 4 week out. Try to turn a little bit drier here in the Midwest, and that sort of found some chatter this morning and a little buying enthusiasm for corn, but it looks like we're putting that on the back burner as the markets tail off sharply here again today. So the big speculator liquidation really kicked in last week, and acts like to me we're seeing more of that here. Commitment of Traders confirmed last week was a pretty big liquidation week from the big fund traders, and it acts to me like we're continuing to see more of that this week.
So right now on the board, what do you have, Rick?
At Hemlock right now, corn is at 716 for the old crop for May delivery. New crop at 675. Old crop soybeans at 1658. New crop beans at 1460. Old crop red wheat at 1073, new crop at 1063. Old crop white wheat is also 1073, new crop at 1063.
Little encouraging news on that crop report. I see that the winter wheat here in Michigan right now, 20% is rated poor to very poor, which is quite a drop over the past week, 3 weeks, where at one time we were looking at close to 40% or more rated poor to very poor.
Yeah, I think the heat last week with the moisture under us, I think really has made this wheat look better. Maybe we just can't see all the holes out there where the wheat was so wet last fall. Maybe we just can't see them as well, but it does look like the wheat has gotten better growth, and I think there are better looking wheat fields. They look better today certainly than it did 2 weeks ago with the heat we've been able to put into it and the moisture.
All right. You take care, Rick.
All right. Have a good day, Terry.
Thank you for your report. We'll talk to you again. Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. A little bit more as far as the markets go. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Krizak's House Family Restaurant. That telephone number is 989-894-5531 for all those outdoor activities and parties and events coming up. And there's a ton of them. We'll be talking a little bit more to the folks at Rummel Agency, in particular, Craig Voorhees, about some of those events. 989-894-5531 is the food number. Oh, yeah, they'll prepare the food for you, whatever event you need. Krizak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. And by Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now?
I pretty much closed my eyes.
Oh no, the blind leading the blind.
I refuse to look, I think.
Oh no.
Oh my. Yeah, I don't know. The short sellers are in control a little bit. They certainly in control of the stock market right now. $11 trillion has disappeared from the wealth of savers and into the wealth of hedge fund short sellers. George Soros is one of the big guys on that. So he's kind of in his glory right now, for now. Anyway, so here's your numbers. The July corn is 770 and 3/4, down 15 and a half. December corn 721 and a half, down 17 and a half. The September 23 corn is 661 and a quarter, down 11 and a quarter. July soybeans 1678 and a half, down 8 and a half. The November soybeans 1508 and a half, down 10 and a quarter. And November of 23 soybeans 1399 and 3/4, down 5 and a quarter. The July wheat is 1167 and a quarter, down 22 and 3/4. The December wheat is 1182 and a half, down 21 and a quarter. And July of 23 wheat is 1108 and 3/4, down 21 and 3/4. Crude oil just steady as she goes, 109.48, down 81 cents. Heating oil is 365.82, that's up 1.5 cents. Gasoline is 370.33, that's down 9.5 cents. And natural gas is 8.90, that is up 7.25 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 128.46 at the border. That's 82 ticks higher. The dollar gets you 126.66 in the yen. That's down 121 ticks. The euro's at 107.36. That's up 47 ticks. The dollar's at 101.79, down 28 ticks. Gold's at 1866.60, up 18.80. Silver's at 22.07, up 34.5 cents. Platinum's at 944.10. That's down $6.20.
You really wanted to say up, didn't you?
I know, it was close.
Doug, have a good one, all right?
Thank you, too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center joins us in a moment.
Make the most of your land with a compact tractor from Hudson. We're offering 0% for 84 months financing on all new John Deere compacts through August 2nd, 2022. Own the popular 1025R with a loader and mower deck for $248 a month. Or step up to the 3025E with a loader for $274 a month. Find yours today, in-store or online, and see if you qualify. Come by Hudson, your local John Deere dealer, or visit us online at HudsonInc.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Michigan onion producers have approved continuation on a referendum and program changes. The producers approved a referendum to continue the Michigan onion promotion and development program and implement the proposed changes that were presented by the Onion Committee. So nice to have that taken care of. And Jerry Samolsky at Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. That's just one more crop that a lot of folks really don't think about that Michigan produces. We're a very diverse state.
We are, Terry. I think we're the most diverse state in the union. If not, we're very close to it. So I believe we even have such things as shrimp farms, and we produce all kinds of things here. The nursery industry and greenhouse industry is enormous here in Michigan. I think our nursery crop, we're number 4 in the union. A lot of large wholesalers here. In the greenhouse side of it, there's many categories that we are number 1 in. But again, there's just a lot of horticulture taking place within the state.
So front yard, backyard, what should we be looking at right now, Jerry?
Terry, I think I would all but guarantee our record frost is a 28, so we got to be done. So, all those annuals can get planted now. We can start getting everything out, get that going, and just, get gardening, get the weeding done. Oh my gosh, Terry, I got weeding to do. So I'll be doing that this weekend. Yeah. So, just, get up the garden, get things moving in the right direction now outside, and you'll be so much better off instead of waiting longer and later. Just make sure you get out, get gardening, get those weeds pulled, get the beds mulched up, and away you go.
There you go. Jerry, you take care. Have a good one.
You betcha. Should be a great weekend for it, Terry.
I think so. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. A lot of you want to get those garden beds all weed free, because you just might have a graduation party or something to host. Along with me right now is Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, let's talk a little bit about some of those events at our homes.
Right, Terry. I happened to be at a wedding and a graduation party this weekend, so now you know how I spent mine. But if you're going to host one at your home, it's a good idea to check with your insurance company. Most likely you are covered and don't need any additional coverages added, but it doesn't hurt to make that phone call. Now, if you've got a farm or another venue and you're providing that for use for somebody else, it's a good idea to ask the people using your property to get a special event policy. They're good for 1 or 2 days, and they're very important, especially if you're going to be having any type of alcohol served at those events.
Good advice. Very good advice. Plan ahead a little bit, not just the food, but some of the other things too. Craig, you take care. We'll talk to you again soon, like maybe tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, maybe we'll see you in Saginaw tomorrow.
Hey, there you go. You take care. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Steve Anderson joins us in a moment.
It's been popping up in orchards and vineyards all over. Any origin theories, callers?
Oh, hey, yeah, it's Sevia fungicide from BASF, a category leader in disease control.
How do you explain these healthy crops?
Well, longer-lasting residual. Plus, it's built for current regulatory standards and prepared for what's to come, which improves crop marketing flexibility, so...
A fungicide that is out of this world? I knew it. Sevia fungicide from BASF. Or is it? Always read and follow label directions.
Along with me, Steve Anderson from Baird & Company. Steve, good morning. How are you?
I am well, and I hope you are too.
Hey, we're doing great. Now, give us the good news or the bad news in New York.
I'll just call it news and let you categorize it yourself. Right now, we are off the bottom on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but it's still down 272 points, putting it at 31,609, volume 389 million shares. The NASDAQ down 324 at 11,212 on volume of 392 million shares. Locally, Caterpillar 203.51 down 64, Deere 334.11 down 1.25. CMS $70.60 up 97, Dow 66.07 down 142, DuPont 64.14 down 133, Corteva 60.71 down 20, GM 34.98 down 102, Trinzio 43.13 down 117, Walmart 123.14 up 54, Home Depot 285.54 down 54, Huntington Bank 13.26 down 26, and AT&T is ahead by 13 cents at 20.87. And the hurrier I went, the behinder I got. So
there you go. Story of our lives, right?
Absolutely.
Steve, you take care. Have a good one, all right?
I will. You do the same.
Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. As far as our onions are concerned, Crop Progress Report says that the onions right now in Michigan are in various stages of growth, with some being transplanted, some emerging, and some developing leaves. We've also got some problems right now, pest problems in the cabbage and the cucumbers, but things are improving there. Sweet corn continues to be planted. Looking forward to that this summer. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.